If you are seeing this video on YouTube, it is because of the generous support of my patrons. They allow me to create extra content and release it to you at a later date. Here are some of their names, but I'm just so thankful for all of them, past, present, future, whether their names are listed here or not. They have supported this channel and helped me bring these videos to you. So if you are interested in joining in Patreon, getting classes on Reiki, extra content, all of that fun stuff, there are links in the description box below, or you can go to patreon.com/tipofthemoon. Enjoy this session. Hello there, and welcome to your Reiki session. For today's Reiki session, our intention is cultivating light and hope. So bringing lots of joyful, optimistic energy into the body to expand the light that's already inside of you. It is going to be a longer session, and any tools or crystals I use, I will introduce as I go. But if you're new here, my name is Bree. I go by Tip of the Moon, and I am a Reiki master healer and teacher and tarot reader. Welcome. I like to begin with a smoke cleanse to give us a moment to settle into our bodies. Cleanse through the space. Sort of an intentional moment for us to wind down and settle in. Good time to open yourself up to energy work. And I'm just taking the smoke and helping it drift all around your outer aura, just sort of soaking your energy body in that cleanse. And just like water cleanses, smoke is sort of like cleansing the literal air around us. going to put this to the side. And I wanted to start this session with just hands, just Reiki flowing. I think that I dress it up with crystals and rattles and smoke cleanse, but often we forget that Reiki itself is just such a lovely healing energy. It is universal life force energy. It is the connection and love that we share with everything. And so it itself is light, it itself is hope, and it doesn't need anything else. So allowing yourself to just receive a little good old-fashioned Reiki universal life force energy into your body, perhaps envisioning yourself soaking up those beautiful light rays, allowing yourself to soak in that healing light, that energy. And not just soak into your skin, but soak into your spirit, soak into your soul. And just tracing lines of Reiki through the energy body, allowing it to flow into every last bit of your body. Just sending Reiki to all of those little lines that I traced. Maybe you can see it like circuitry lighting up a little bit more, having energy flow through those circuits, powering up your body. And hopefully this is giving us a nice, clean canvas to work on as we then cultivate and find more hope and light and bring it into the body, the energy body. Okay. So now I did bring in some crystals, and I'll go through some of those. So the first stone I wanted to bring in is a piece of Danburite, and I have a few pieces. I might use them both, but starting with one, and using this really high vibrational stone to bring in that hope into the body, especially in the third eye and the upper chakras, crown, and beyond, and bringing this light down, sort of this divine energy, this hope, this truth, that eternal wisdom. So starting right there, the third eye, and starting to open up your mind's eye a little bit more, making it easier for you to see the light in others. And that's really what hope is we look out into the darkness and we see a small light, and seeing that light, seeing that beautiful thing, some kindness in someone else, a bird flying, it sparks within us that hope. And that's kind of it. Hope is seeing light, making that connection, making that spark of inspiration that reminds us that it's actually going to be okay. That things are going to turn out better than we imagined. And I want to empower our third eye as well to see that light, however small it may be. See that light in a smile. See that light in a beautiful sunset. See that light in the forest, watching a bird. Any of the ways that we can recognize light in other people, other things, that is a way to cultivate hope by just recognizing, seeing goodness draws in more goodness. When we bring our awareness to something, energy flows to it. So by bringing our awareness to recognizing, seeing light in other places, other things, we empower that light to grow within us. And drawing that light in from the divine down into the body, allowing it to attune our senses to recognizing its brilliance. bring all of that sort of light and hope that we've been collecting and cultivating in our upper chakras. I want to bring that down to the throat and heart space. Making sure that we're bringing that brightness throughout the body, empowering our words, empowering our hearts. And allowing that light to expand our chest, expand our voices, allowing that hope to build in the body. So that is some Danburite, and it's a really beautiful stone that looks a little bit sparkly, a little rainbowy, really high vibrational, feels so divine and joyful. And as we work with the heart space, I wanted to bring in one of my very favorite stones is Elestial quartz. And this specimen in particular is one of my favorites. It's just so glittery and beautiful. And it's kind of got these crystal formations inside of the quartz. And this one to me feels really divine and sort of connected to, and this one feels really connected to like our guardian angels, our higher selves, all those ways in which we shift to higher thoughts and higher ways of being. And so I'm going to bring this into the heart space, and we're going to work a little bit with some affirmations and just using this to sort of tattoo that those affirmations on the heart space. Allow them to empower our voices, our hearts. And then the first affirmation that I want to put here is I am made of stars. And for this one, I don't want you to just say it. I want you to really think about what that means. I want you to see this universe from that cosmic angle of just billions of years and time and stardust that had to accumulate for you to be here today. What a magical and divine thought it is of all these things happening all over the stars, just so that all the particles within your body could be here today to receive this energy, to connect more deeply with your light. So I am made of stars. And perhaps you've given enough thought to it that that sentence has a little bit more weight, a little bit more hope and light. I am made of stars, and the light I seek is always within. And I want you to imagine that starlight that we were just considering, all that dust and particles and cosmic energy that it takes for us to be here. I want you to recognize and see how that is light within as well. I am made of stars, and the light I seek is always within. And allowing that light that you have within to grow. Allow for you to tap into it, to share it, for it to be a source of warmth, a source of inspiration and healing. I am the embodiment of light. Allowing that starlight, that stardust that makes us up, that we can find within, for us to embody that, to move as if we are made of stars, as if we are divine beings. Don't just do your daily chores, don't just make your coffee. Be starlight that makes your coffee. Write yourself an intention for the day. Think of it as you sip your coffee. Move through your day embodied with light and hope. Bring it with you everywhere you go. Allow it to be contagious to others. That you are always hoping to meet others as they are. Hoping to share your light with them. Perhaps it'll be a turn to help them find their own. So I am made of stars. The light I seek is always within, because I am the embodiment of light. And perhaps placing a hand here on your heart and just feeling that light, allowing yourself to sort of soak it in, allowing yourself to truly believe it. Even if you believe it right now, I need you to believe it more and continue to kind of lean into that belief. The embodiment of light believes that they are light, that so much is just in their bones, in their flesh, in their energy. That's light. starting to take some of that light and hope that we cultivated first up here, then in our heart and throat, and bringing it down more into our solar plexus and our sacral. Taking that and bringing it down the energy body, expanding the lightness, expanding that hope and courage and confidence deep into our guts, so we can really feel it. Hopefully that light and that hope is warming our bellies, empowering our will as it moves down the body. That was Elestial quartz that I used for our heart space and our throat area. Really beautiful stone. It always sits on my altar. It's one of my personal favorites, which I feel like I say with everything. So I wanted to bring in this really interesting stone that I got quite recently. It's Miriam stone or Calligraphy Jasper. And it's supposedly made up of kind of these ancient bones and fossils and bits of stone and seashell. And in between is all this kind of iron that's seeped into them. And I like this calligraphy stone. We're going to work with it sort of in our solar plexus and our sacral. And we're going to use it to sort of strengthen and empower that light and hope within us to find sort of outlets. After we've worked with it, we're in the mind's eye, we get good at seeing light, seeing hope. And then we brought it down into the heart space, and we got good at feeling hope and cultivating that by just thinking and feeling through things. And then as we bring it down into the solar plexus, I want us to become more channels, vessels of hope and light. We not only hold it in our body, but we allow it to be transmuted and activated in the world around us. We use our embodied hope and embodied light to channel into the world, to share it, to activate others. And that strengthens just the light within us as well as it pours through the body, as it moves from us into the wider world. It strengthens us as channels, as vessels. We become rooted in this new way of being, that we exude light, that we channel it, that we work with it. We become light workers. We take that light that is within us and we activate it in the world around us. So taking all that light and hope and perhaps thinking, how would you like to see it in the world around you? And there are no wrong answers. There are no you can't be over the top with it. Your sky is the limit, whatever feels good. Thinking of ways to take this hope, this light that you wanted to cultivate today, and what would you do with it? Where would you move it? How would you work with it? And as you think about ways in which you would like to work with light and hope, allow it to grow and strengthen in your solar plexus, in your sacral, allowing it to lead to creativity, inspiration, willpower, energy. And how could you channel that light and hope into poetry or art or creations, into conversations with friends, into the food that you make, into the words that you say, into the actions that you do? Allowing that light and hope to reside also on the outside of our physical body so that we may kind of glow and show up for other people, that they may see our lightness just on our skin, see our hope in our eyes, connected to our physical beings. And just like seeing light in others sparked hope, by others witnessing our light, we spark hope within them. It's a beautiful cycle. That light and hope down to our root, allowing it to steady us, to ground us, that we don't feel untethered, that our hope is grounded in reality. Allowing it to strengthen and give us vitality, longevity. Allowing it to make us feel steady and safe. So taking it from the top of our heads, down the body, all the way to the root chakra. And that it was Calligraphy Jasper, which has got this most interesting pattern all throughout it. Just absolutely gorgeous stone. Sometimes called Miriam stone or Miriam Jasper. I'm going to bring in a piece of amber, and this is old tree sap or leftover resin from trees that turns into this stone. It isn't really a stone, it's quite light. It almost feels a lot more like plastic into this resin. And amber is so good for vitality and strength and longevity. And so we're going to continue to bring that hope and light down into the root and strengthen it there. allowing that hope to grow a strong foundation so that every step we take is filled with that, embodied with light, joyful optimism, hope, that it is contagious, that it grows up in the footsteps behind us, that it inspires others to seek light and hope, that it feeds our communities, our families, our friends. Everywhere we are, we bring that. It's just a base vibration of our bodies. It's deep in the root, this base foundation of lightness and hope. We are filled with it, but it is not a heavy emotion to carry around. It sort of lightens up our whole body, lightens up the rooms. It's easy on our energy. It doesn't deplete us. And when we work with our root, we're really working with this foundational energy that we move around with. It is sort of low vibrational, very, very hard to kind of pick up on. It's just there in the background, a steady foundation that informs everything else that comes on top of it. It is tied up in our security and safety, our base instincts, the things we do out of, sheer habit without ever even engaging with it further. The things that make us at a deep level, imprinted on us from past generations, old patterns. And so really changing our foundations of our energy, that even when we're not thinking about it, hope and lightness is there to support us. If you've ever met somebody that is eternally optimistic, always thinks things will go well, that hope is woven into their energy at such a deep level that they can't seem to they can't help but lean towards the good, that things will work out. And you'll notice that sometimes those people are quite lucky in life. They believe in hope so deeply They attract good opportunities, blessings. So working in the deepest level of our energy, shifting us towards light. It got quite windy here. Perhaps the winds have changed, blowing away any doubt, any darkness. So weaving that into us, massaging it deep into our energy body. Okay, so that was amber for our root chakra, giving us this solid foundation full of vitality and strength that the rest of our energy body can work off of. So we are light from head to toe. And I just wanted to now brush through and really just kind of fluff up this energy. Making sure you feel filled with it. Making sure it feels soft. Okay, well, hopefully that was helpful. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I enjoy doing these sessions, and I appreciate you showing up and trusting your energy in this space. So thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one.